Okay, so once we've solved for y, we can then substitute y into either of the two equations. You're gonna pick which one, either one or two. I'm gonna pick one because it looks a little easier. So y goes into 1, so wherever I see y, I'm gonna put a 2. Right? So, not finished yet. We have y and x. The question reads, find the solution to the linear system. Okay, so the solution you can write the solution is x equals 3, y equals 2, or you can write is the point is the point 32. Okay? All right, we'll do 2 more examples. Okay, the question reads, where do these two lines intersect, Joseph?
So I had a question about that one.
Yeah.
When you substitute y for the second time to find x,
Yeah.
you have to did you also substitute it into your rearranged equation? Like, you have x equals 5 minus y.
Yeah, you
They are
can.
the same.
You can.
Substitute that.
You could, yeah.
I know you can. I'm just wondering what you want us to do. Does it matter?
I don't care. No, as long as you get the answer correct, you can substitute into any of these you'd like, right? You see it'll be the same answer, right? 5 minus 2 is 3. All right. So we have two equations for a line. Again, if we were using the graphing method, we have to rearrange these into the equation format, y equals mx plus b. In this particular case, we're going to use substitution, so we don't need to do that. We need to isolate one of them for one of the variables. Now I could choose x and isolate this whole equation for x, but it's a lot more work than choosing y because y is already by itself. Okay, there's no 2 that's attached to the y. So I'm going to choose this first one here, or actually let's use the second one because y is positive on the left-hand side. So I'm going to label these 1, 2. I'm going to rearrange 2 now, so y is equal to 9 minus 4x. Okay, once I've done that, I can substitute into 1. So we have 2x minus, in brackets, 9 minus 4x equals 4. Now I use distributive property with this negative sign, applies to the 9, also to the negative 4x, making it positive 4x equals 4. Now we have 6x minus 9 equals 4. 6x equal to 13. So x is 13 over 6. It's a fraction, that's okay, leave it in fraction form. Now we're going to take this value and we're going to substitute it into either the first one or the second one. I like the first one just because we have a 2, it's a little less complex. So now we have 2x substitutes in 13 over 6 minus y equals 4. 6 times 13 is 20, sorry, 2 times 13 is 26. We have 26. Let's go ahead and reduce that. So it's going to be 13 over 3, dividing both by 2, minus y equals 4. We'll bring the y to this side now, just to make it easier. So we're going to have 4 plus y. Okay, now we want to find a common denominator between these two, so we can subtract them. So we have 13 over 3 minus 12 over 3 So we have 1 over 3 is equal to y. So then you're going to write the solution. Any questions there? A little trickier just because we went into fractions. Okay, but other than that, the same process. Yep, Kyle?
Could we put the improper fraction into this number? Or?
Yeah, if you wanted to change this, you could. I don't mind leaving it as an improper fraction as long as it's lowest terms. That's typically how I would leave it. You can change this to 2 1/3 if you'd like. 6 goes into 13. 2 times is 12 with 1/3 left. Yep.
Would we have to keep it as a fraction, or could we make it a decimal number?
No, fraction. Not a decimal number. Especially if it's a repeating decimal, it's just not as accurate. Okay, so you're going to want to keep it in fraction form. But you guys got to get used to fractions. If you're not already, then you have to now. It's about time, because as you get into more advanced mathematics, fractions don't go away. All right, we'll do one more. It's a word problem on page 25. It's called a fishtail. Stephanie has 5 more fish in her aquarium than Brett has. So this is example 4. Let's see if I can do it right here. Example 4. 2 have a total of 31 fish. How many fish does Stephanie have? How many fish does Brett have? So if they have a total of 31 fish, how can I convert that sentence? So Stephanie and Brett have a total of 31 fish. How would you write that, Michael?
S plus B equals 31.
Good. So that would be our first equation. S plus B equals 31. Okay. And then it also says Stephanie has 5 more fish in her aquarium than Brett. So how would I write that? Yeah, Steve?
S equals 5 plus B.
Excellent. So she has 5 more, so whatever Brett has, she's going to add 5 to that value. Okay, good. So then these are our 2 equations. We're going to use substitution now to find out when they have the how many fish does Stephanie have and how many fish does Brett have. So we use substitution to find out how many they each have. All right, so this is kind of an easy scenario. We already have it set up for substitution. We have the value of S as 5 plus B. So you're just going to take that value and substitute in for S. So 5 plus B is equal to 31. So now we have 5 plus 2B is equal to 31. 2B is equal to 31 minus 5 is 26. B is equal to 13. Well, if B is 13, then I know S is going to be 18. So B is 13. Substituting in here, we have S is equal to 5 plus 13. S is equal to 18. Therefore, Stephanie has 18 fish. Brett has 13. Any questions there? No questions for any of this stuff? Substitution? Okay, so that concludes the lesson on 1.2.